So, you're wondering how to get craftable cosmetics quick in Hunty Zombies. Well, lucky for you, as in today's video, I'm going to be helping you with exactly that by showing you some of the best methods currently. So with that being said, grab some popcorn, subscribe, and let's get straight into it. Right, I know why you're here, you've come because of the title of the video, and I'm going to be helping you with exactly what the title says. So, without further ado, let us go to the craftable shop. So, as you can see, there is many cosmetics that you can obtain, such as the Pirate Eye Patch, which gives 5% coin increase. Dragon Boots used to be quite good. Comedy Mask was by far the best cosmetic you could get in the shop for a bit. And of course, the Pirate Hat, which is currently the best cosmetic you can currently get in the shop. But you may be wondering, how on earth do I get these craftable cosmetics, Valorant? So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to tell you the fastest way currently. It is by doing Endless with 5 other people. So 6 including yourself, and just running it. Repeating the process, and you'll get the craftables as quick as possible. That is currently the quickest way. But if you're like me and have no friends, then the other way of doing it, there is 2 ways. Obviously, doing Endless, which we're about to do. Or, if you're trying to grind for money and spins quick as well, you can always grind Carnival, Nightmare, or any of the other Nightmare modes. But me personally, I find Carnival and Island Nightmare to be the quickest, because of course, you don't have to kill loads of zombies and wait 2 minutes to clear the final room to then go on to the next stage, which is why I find Carnival and Island to be the quickest to do. Me personally, I do Carnival, but Island is also a very efficient way of doing it. But of course, we're here just for cosmetics, aren't we? We're here for the craftables. Exactly. Now, one thing I will say is different maps give different craftable items. I will put them on the screen right now, but I'll basically give you an overview of what some of the maps give. For example, School will give you stuff like pens, books, and backpacks. Sewers will give you stuff like glass, tires, and nuts. And then Carnival and Island, Carnival will give you stuff like sale tickets, balloons, bears, old coins, lollipops. And Island gives stuff like sand, leaves, starfish, and seashells. So, now that you know what different maps give, let's just run into an endless game. So, we're going to be grinding for the Pirate Hat. Now, I will preface, obviously, I already did grind for it. I have already got the Pirate's Hat. But just for the sake of the people who are actually grinding for Pirate's Hat, because in my eyes, it's the most worthwhile cosmetic to get in the game right now, we're going to be running Island. Now, why are we running Island? Well, if we check the shop and go to Pirate Hat, you can see that it requires a lot of the stuff that the island gives, such as seashell, sand, leaves, and starfish. Of course, you also need backpacks, which you get from School, and then tires, which you get from Sewers. But most of the materials that you get are from Island, so we're going to be running that first, because of course, it will take a large portion of what we need out of the equation. Now, I will also mention something that I did personally. If you run a lot of Carnival Nightmare for coins, you could easily go to here and have, like, let's say 100 bears, and you can use these bears to convert for other stuff. Albeit it does cost about 3 for one cosmetic that you're trading for, but if you don't need them, then I don't see a need to keep them, because that is what I did, and I got Pirate's Hat in about 30 minutes, because I literally had about 100 of each craftable from the Nightmare Carnival, so I could easily just convert them all for the stuff that I needed. So that being said, let's just go into an endless map right now. Let's run it. Right, so we're here. We're running Wizard and Reaper Scythe, but I will say, just to save you from commenting it, you can use any weapon, okay? It doesn't matter how far you get, you can just repeat the process. Of course, it's faster if you have better weapons, that's a given, but you could always go into the lobby, create a party for 6, and then just hope people join, and then you get more craftables way quicker. But again, if you're just here to do it solo, do it the way I'm doing it, and just try and do it as quick as possible. Just clear all the waves as quick as possible, because you also get a bit of money, and you can also get stuff like traits and spins from doing it. So just try and clear it as quick as possible, and then you'll get craftables eventually. Of course, bosses guarantee drops for the craftables, so every 5 waves there is a boss. Now, I did go over craftables a little bit in one of my previous videos, but I saw a lot of people that wanted this video, so I'm kind of redoing it, revamping it for you guys. And every 5 waves, there is a boss. The boss drops craftables and maybe some other items, but it's almost always guaranteed to drop craftables. So of course, if you have better weapons, you're going to get further. You're going to be able to get more bosses in just one game of Endless. But of course, that's just to do it a tiny bit quicker. But you can always just press replay and go as quick as possible. And look, oh, we got a seashell. And look, there is a boss. We kill him, and you can see he dropped a leaf. And that's literally it. How stingy. Okay, moving on. But yeah, of course, it's a tiny bit slow. I did do a bit of research. I did ask some of the helpers in the Discord. They said the quickest way right now is doing it with people, because I assume it gives more drops because there's more people. A bit like if you was doing campaign and you had a full party, it drops more items at the end from the boss. So of course, do as what you wish with that information. Get your friends if they play this game. Force them if they don't. Literally go to their house, track them down. This is life tips with Balance. Don't do that. I don't want my channel marked to be unsafe for the foreseeable future, so preferably don't do what I just said. And we've already got 2 cosmetics. Obviously, it feels tedious and slow, but as you do it more and more and you get closer and closer, it's like, oh, it's not that bad. It probably takes a few hours. For me, it took me not that long. But when I did Comedy Mask, it probably took me about an hour to 2 hours of grinding. Because obviously, you're going to have a few craftables before you start this. So I converted a lot of my craftables that I wasn't using anymore or had no need to keep for the Comedy Mask, as well as the Pirate Hat. So if you do have a spare craftable or 2, just convert it. I know you need 3, so maybe if you have a spare 3, okay? Just so I'm not misinforming you guys. One thing I will mention, it's obviously a safe bet to put on Vampire, obviously, because when you get to later stages, you probably need that bit of health, and Vampire is amazing for that. Double damage isn't really necessary. I kind of forgot to take it off from my previous video. Thank you, Alanless. But yeah, of course, you don't need double damage. Vampire, in my eyes, is way better for Endless because you survive way longer. But I'm not trying to do it forever, okay? Because then this video will be like 3 hours long for you guys. But if you have Vampire, I highly recommend using it. Oh, look, another cosmetic. Yep, and look, we got a starfish, 2 seashells, sand, and a leaf, and also a normal spin. That will not get us a divine, so I don't know why I'm happy about that, but let's go. But yeah, no, Wizard is actually busted for this. Yeah, I made a whole video on Wizard. I do need to get it to Mastery 100. For a video, but yeah, if you have this weapon, you're gonna be doing so many bits in this. Like Wizard and Reaper Scythe right now, in my eyes, is the best combo. Okay, it is by far better than both. The damage it does is actually insane. These are the new zombies, right? I think they're like the cosplay zombies. They look way more detailed compared to the other zombies that we have. But look, the zombie. Oh, did you drop anything, sir? I think it got stuck in here. Found it. Seashell. We got a seashell. I wouldn't recommend killing the boss if it's like still in here, because 9 times out of 10 the cosmetics will get stuck there. That goes with any map where they like come from. Do not spawn kill them because you won't be able to get those craftables, okay? I learned that the hard way. And I had to do a whole nother Endless just for one backpack for the pirate's hat. It was pain. Nearly speedrun that thing as well. But yeah, with Endless, stuff like the bat pet, stuff like the fire pet, like we have lifesteal from the fire pet, stuff like Vampire are really nice. Lifesteal perks and pets are amazing for Endless, because obviously you're going to last longer. So this Spiritfire is low-key carrying us right now, because we don't have Vampire. But I feel like Spiritfire is all you need when you're at like my level at least. Probably at your level, just get as much lifesteal as you can. Obviously keep damage and stuff because you want to kill the later stages as quick as possible, but when your abilities do half the damage, doesn't matter. Like they're gone. But look, we got 3 seashells, 2 starfish, 3 sand, 1 leaf, 2 normal spins, and a tray. So that's a dub. That's a dub so far. We're just gonna do that. Where'd you guys go? Hello? Is that it? No? Do I not have an audience? You're a little late. So you guys. Okay, there's the boss. Bye-bye. One thing I will say, weapons that are especially good are weapons that have either abilities with range or the actual weapon itself has range. So Wizard has quite a decent amount of range, but in my eyes, if you want proper range, bow is the play. I think bow is an amazing weapon in terms of like range, keeping distance. But in my eyes, I feel like wizard overall is a lot better because the ability is just it just tears through them all. Like, look, these zombies don't have a chance. The minute I use any of my abilities, they're dead. Right, another boss spawns this level because it is wave 35 every 5 waves. Let's see what this is all about, man. Also, if you're worrying about getting different bosses during, let's say, island playthrough, and you're like, oh, I'm not going to get the right drops now, it's the wrong boss. Don't worry, all of the bosses literally drop the right drops depending on the map you're doing. So, because we're doing island, every boss drops island drops, okay? So, even if we kill the sewer boss, it still drops the... Yo! I'm talking, man! Look, I mean, that is the pirate boss, so obviously he's gonna... But if we got the sewers boss, we would have got, like, a seashell, for example. We still get the island drops, so don't worry about that. Well, I mean, we got to wave 36 and we've like barely been touched, minus that. We don't talk about that though. But yeah, it's kind of boring, but it is a grindy game, of course. Just put some YouTube on in the back, preferably Valentless, and just vibe, just chill. It's not a hard process. It's just more of a grindy and tedious path to getting craftable. Yo! But yeah, no, it is tedious. But if you got like a series on in the back, YouTube, you got maybe some music, then this is just kind of like a calm way of doing it. Of course, it's the fastest way. It may not feel like the fastest way. Of course, it goes quicker if you have friends as well. But I assure you it is. It is literally the fastest way right now, so... Boom, and from wave 45, we gain 2 leaves, 6 sand, 2 starfish, 3 normal spins, 8 seashells, and 2 trays. Now, the craftables is what we care about, and that is a dub in my eyes. Now, just from that, we got a little bit closer to getting the pirate's hat. Of course, you also need 1,000,000 coins, but just from that, we got about 80,000 coins. So if you want the casual way, let's say you're 95% of the way there, then I would recommend just doing Campaign Island. Or if you need tires or something, just doing Nightmare Campaign of that set thing, because you're also getting a lot of money. Make sure to have a money build on as well. But yeah, let's say you're like 95% of the way there and you need a bit more coins, then I recommend doing that, because although we did get a lot of coins from Endless, I feel like you're going to get the craftables way quicker than the required money. Let's say you get like 700,000, you need 300,000 more. Just do campaign for the last bit. So overall, I think we covered everything. I think that's the fastest ways. Obviously, if you have friends, then it is a lot quicker, obviously. But if you're just doing it casually and maybe you don't have friends like me, then doing it solo is definitely the best way. Just do Endless. Just keep doing Endless, keep grinding. And then when you get to the end, of course, do a few campaigns for the money if you don't have it. But if you already do have the money, just keep doing Endless until you don't need to do it anymore. And then you have the craftables. But yeah, that's going to be the video today. If I did help you, then make sure to like, subscribe. You know how it is. Leave in the comments if you do it a different way. Maybe it's quicker. Who knows? But I think this is definitely the quickest way from research. But yeah, that's the video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.